What is up, everyone? So, as you can see right here, I'm gonna go with a Gearix. He said, "Make a sound good izer." God, I can't even say the fucking name. Anyways, he wanted me to do what we were doing in the artist series, but with VSTs and specifically the SoundGoodizer. That's what we're doing in this one. I'm gonna let him know. So I'm gonna put this one in, into the right in the middle of the artist series. But since we are trying to, let me show you the thing real quick. We're trying to get all these topics out as quick as possible. So the videos per day, they're gonna be kind of like off. Some of these are gonna be on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we're getting all these out. And then from there, we're gonna redo our website. We're gonna um, basically make the 2.0 videos where right now we're researching, going through all our notes, getting video topics, writing down key points, and then we're going to start producing more, I wouldn't say better content, but more advanced content that's more details for you guys to really step up your music production to the next levels. Whereas these are just covering the basics and having fun experimenting in sound design because sound design's a never ending whole of infinite possibilities. So, anyways, we're gonna be filming the SoundGoodizer right now, and well, you know, Big Garrick's recommended this, and if you have a VST you want us to make a sound out of, let's do it in the future as well. So, let me open up Serum imports. That actually might sound pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this wavetable up. It sounds like we're gonna get some great results from this, so let's see what we get with. All right, so I made a wavetable. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I kept from the picture, and I basically just kind of sorted through them in real time and picked out the best ones, and then remorphed them together so we get a nice smoother sound. And like had the feeling before, it actually gave us some great tones. I'm gonna do an envelope on this one, and then if you want to like do the LFO, you could do it, but I'd rather resample the one hit and then LFO it differently than have this play it because if you listen, that's how I want it to go. But if you start doing the LFO, I'd rather just get the play out and then chop it up on the grid. So it's up to you guys how you want to bend this out, but I do like the wavetable how it is right now. I'm gonna, just spice it up with the front right now. All right, so I wrapped the sound up on the front side, and well, I pitched it down an octave and started messing with the bend plus and the wavetable we already had going, and that really brought it to life. So let's see what it sounded like without the noise and without us. Before it was kind of like this. Now it's like that. We have the wavetable and the bend plus mapping on LFO3. Next, I did the noise, which is inharmonic 0. I did the level and just did the I literally just want a little wash in the background doing its thing, adding, emphasis into that stomp. So now we got both together. Still sounds a little weak. Next, if you go to LFO2, I just did a little envelope on it, but I wanted it to go up and down. That's it for the oscillator A and noise. Now I turned on oscillator B just to thicken out the sound a little bit and add some grit to it. So you could barely hear it in the background. And then I turned off the filter. I was messing with some filters and it just wasn't sounding good. So turn on. Next, I'm going to do the effects and really start bringing the sound to life. It's there, but it's not quite there. So All right, so I finished out the sound, and there's a couple or one macro I set up that really changes the tone of it and just how it reacts. Again, it's the EQ, little mess around stuff. So let's break down these effects. Here's the sound before we start doing the effects. Pretty dead. We did the hard clipper, just turn up the drive and wet. So already we're getting it more punchier and energetic out of the speakers. Next, I do my normal LFO little tricks, but I did LFO 2 because this one's going through it. And basically the wavetable is making this, yoy, yoy type thing. So I had to make another LFO to make the effects mod with the actual sound. So you do the mix and a little bit on the sides. Nice and wide. All right, so now the phaser, we're gonna dial in the low frequencies on this and really give it a little more character. So in a way, we brought it wide, and then because of the phasing, I put the depth down to 0. Kind of brings it back in and flattens the sound out in a way. But if you want to set in another dial, we could set in phase dial. So then you could dial that one in too. Next is the compressor. I basically just wanted to squash it. I turned the attack and release down, ratio up, threshold down, a little bit of gain. So squashed it, turned it up. Now the sound's sounding more coming to life, And then the reverb, I did LFO 1 because I just wanted it to go up through the sound. Kind of like how the noise we had going as like a sweep effect, so I wanted it to match the reverb with that. So just literally I want it because this one's like a stomp, I wanted that reverb to make it nice and big, and then you could add more mix or less mix. Now the cool part is this EQ. So this is where that top dial comes in. You can map the frequency right here. So LFO 1, do it on the frequency just a little bit, and then the frequency on the high end. It's kind of left and right. They're not really high and low end because they swap through each other. So this you could change into whatever you want. That's why I also have that dial to switch the frequencies. So without it, I like the high end grid it gives to it. And when you change that with the phase dial, you could really start morphing the sound and really just get it dialed into your song. Because you're going to, each song's different. You're going to want it to sound differently. So that's kind of how I mapped it. So you just go to those to fine tweak the sound into your sound, or, automate them over a long period of time. But anyways, that's the SoundGoodizer. It really brought something dirty, gritty, nasty, disgusting, stomping type bass. And if you want this, there's 2 download links. If you're already in on their email list or you want to join it, you click that top one. You'll get access to the Dropbox folder, which has everything for free for you. Or if you just want this preset, click link number 2, and that will take you to the direct download to this preset. We're going to save this as the SoundGoody or SoundGooder. So this one's going to be in the VST and Serum series. I guess we'll consider this a Growl. SoundGooder. SoundGooder. So that one's saved in there for you guys. As always, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Peace.